morning, dear learners. Myself, Dr. D. Sarita, Assistant Professor of Commerce and Management, Government Degree College for Women, Begumpet. So today we are going to discuss about models and applications of e-commerce. So how e-commerce in today's scenario is placing a very important role in trading and selling of goods and services. So before going to learn about what is e-commerce, models and its applications, we will discuss about commerce. So commerce means trading and buying, buying and selling of goods and services physically. So today we are going to discuss about introduction to e-commerce, traditional commerce versus e-commerce, how does e-commerce works, models of e-commerce, benefits and disadvantages of e-commerce, applications of e-commerce, and finally we are going to discuss about its conclusion. So first, before going to learn about what is e-commerce and its application, we will see how the e-commerce industry is growing in India. So according to Redisser report, with online shopping becoming the normal, Indian e-commerce is expected to grow at compound annual growth rate of 27% to reach 163 billion US dollars by 2026. And Deloitte India report says that market size of the Indian online retail sector likely to touch at 325 billions by 2030. So this chart shows how the e-commerce industry is growing year by year in India, and it forecasts till 2030. So now we will discuss about what is e-commerce. E-commerce, as we all know, is an electronic commerce, means buying and selling of goods, products or services over the internet. So advent of internet gives boom to e-commerce industry. So e-commerce also known as electronic commerce or internet commerce. So the services are provided online over the internet network. So e-commerce operates in different types of market segments and can be conducted over computers, tablets, smartphones and other smart devices. So transactions of money, funds and data also considered as e-commerce. So we should understand how e-commerce, after even pandemic also, we have witnessed so many people are shifted to traditional commerce to e-commerce. So due to the COVID-19 effect, most of the people have buying their groceries, tablets for all needs from e-commerce websites. So the business transactions can be done in 4 ways through e-commerce. One is business to business, business to consumer, customer to customer and customer to business, B2B, B2C, C2C and C2B. So the standard definition of e-commerce is a commercial transaction which is happened over the internet. So online stores like Amazon, Flipkart, Shopify, eBay, Myntra, all these are the best examples of e-commerce. Now we will understand about traditional commerce versus e-commerce. So traditional commerce is buying of products and services physically, whereas e-commerce carries out commercial transactions electronically on the internet. So customer can in traditional commerce, customer can face to face identify and authenticate and talk to the merchant, whereas here neither customer nor merchant meet each other. So physical stores are not feasible in open at all the time, but whereas in e-commerce it is always available 24/7. So wherever, whenever we can shop through online. So products in traditional commerce, products can be inspected physically before purchase, whereas in e-commerce products can't be physically touched or feel before purchase. So scope of the business is limited when it comes to traditional commerce. Here in e-commerce the scope of the business is global vendors, and through all over world we can order products from whole world. So resources focus supply side, whereas here resources focus demand side. According to the demand, the resources will be focused. So business relationship is linear when we talk about traditional commerce. Here business relationship is end to end. Once the transaction is finished, then the business relationship also comes to an end. But whereas in traditional commerce the relationship will continue. For example, in our area we will go and buy the products from the kirana store, and we have a relationship with the kirana store seller. So here it is not possible in e-commerce. So in traditional commerce marketing is one way marketing, and here in e-commerce one to one marketing will take place. So delivery of goods also takes place instantly in traditional commerce, whereas when it comes to e-commerce the delivery of goods take place in 2 or 3 days. But now quick commerce is also emerged after pandemic. So even delivery of goods in today they are supplying in just within few minutes. So most goods are delivered instantly when we go and buy in traditional commerce, but here it takes time. So payment is made by cash, check, cards, etc. Here also we have option of cash on delivery. We use our credit cards, debit cards for making payments. So this is about traditional commerce versus e-commerce. Now how does this e-commerce actually works? So what happens is, when customers want to buy the goods from the e-commerce website, customers visit online store and browse the products. So for example, if you choose a dress, the customer finally choose the products, and the customer have access to many other websites, and they will compare the products of price, quality and everything, and they will select the products. Then after that customer selects the size and color before placing the product in their shopping cart. So order management software checks the product's availability. If the product is available, then the customer will be given access to the product availability. If the item is in stock and the customer is ready to check out, he enter his payment card detail and delivery information on the payment page. So the bank verifies that the client has sufficient money to complete the transaction or not. Once the transaction will successful, then after successful payment, and the customer gets a notification on her mobile or through mail that the order has been successful. So the order is picked up from the warehouse and shipped to the customers. So the customer will get an email with a link to track their order. So the customer can track their order, at what time, on what day the good is going to delivered. So once the order is delivered, the transaction is marked as complete here. So in this process the e-commerce works. So for e-commerce, if any seller wants to sell their products on e-commerce, first they have to have their own website, or they have to list their products on e-commerce websites like Amazon, eBay or Flipkart. Then the customer will choose their products by visiting those websites, and they will select the products. So this is the framework of how e-commerce work. So first, through PC or through mobile, the customer will select log into the website, and they will select the product, and the product is added to the cart, and then the availability, according to the availability of the product, the website confirms the goods, and then the payment process will take place, and then from warehouse the goods will be picked, and lastly the goods will be delivered to the customers. So here we have to understand is that the internet is the main access for e-commerce, and the seller who wants to sell their products, they should have their own website, or they should have list their products on other websites, other e-commerce websites. So these are the models of e-commerce: B2B, B2C, C2B, C2B, B2A and G2C. So what is B2B model? So in B2B model, it is also known as business to business. A type of electronic commerce is the exchange of products, services or information between businesses rather than between businesses and consumers. So a B2B transaction is conducted between two companies, such as wholesaler or online retailers. So here what happens is, one business who is a producer and other is also a business house. One business will sell its products to other business, and the business will ultimately deliver the products to the consumer. So when business is selling to its products to other business, it is called B2B. And the next model is B2C. So it is also called as business to consumers, where business is directly selling its products to its customers. So B2C or B2C is a retail model where products or services made directly from a business to the end user, so who has purchased the goods or services for personal use. So here I have taken one example. An e-commerce store products directly to a customer at home. For example, if we see Kalamandir Sari has its own physical stores at so many places, but still they have their own website and they are selling their products directly to the customer. So in a B2C model, the sellers should have their own website and the customers will log into their websites and they will buy the product. So this model is called as B2C. And the next model is customer to business. This is also known as C2B. So customer to business is a type of business model where the customers provide a service or products to the business. So actually this is the reverse of the typical business to consumer model, in which a company provides a service to customers through the sale of goods and services. For example, if we go for a personal loan, we will identify, the customer will identify so many websites and they will search which is where the better interest they are getting, which bank is giving them the home loan or personal loan at lower interest rates. Then they will ask to the business, and the business will from customers to the business will go. So this type of model is known as customer to business. And then the next model which we are going to discuss is government to consumer. So government uses G2C model website to approach citizen in general. So what happens is, here such websites support auction of vehicle, machinery or any other material. Such websites also provide services like registration for birth certificates, marriage certificates or death certificates. So the main objective of government to customer website are to reduce average time for the fulfilling people request for various government services. And the best example is Me Seva. So through Me Seva we can have our birth certificate, marriage certificates from government. The next model is business to government. So now this is, previously we have learned government to customer. Now we are going to understand about what is business to government. So business to government model is a variant of B2B model. So it is also like B2B model. Such websites are used by government, trade and exchange information with various business organization. So such websites are accredited by the government and provides a medium to business to submit applications forms to the government. So if we say Dharani website is there. So when we are we are going to apply for the Dharani or any other government services, we see this kind of model, business to government. And then next one is customer to government. In this type of e-commerce, where the customers are members of the public that offer value to the government to public administrative agencies. So even though it is still the public administration or government that initiates the transaction, when it is a way of ease in its operation. So here we can, and I can take one example. A C2G e-commerce includes making all online payments through government websites for like electricity bills, health insurance, or when we pay our taxes to the government. This kind of model is customer to government. So now we have understood the different models of e-commerce. Now we are going to understand about top benefits of e-commerce. So the first benefit is accelerated time to market. So here we will save time, the market also save times, and the potential customers overcome geographical limitations. For example, I want to buy a product from US or any other country, but I can't go there and I can't buy. So what I do is e-commerce helps me to overcome those geographical limitations. I can use my mobile, or I can go into the e-commerce website and I can browse the products and I can order the product and I can get the product. So most of the middlemen were not there in e-commerce business, so it lowers the cost. So all the middlemen profits were cut down, and the actual benefit, the discount offers benefits will be given more to the customers. So variety of products we can see on e-commerce website, and there is no time restriction. At 24/7 we can do shopping, and it helps, it also not only helps to the individual but also for organizations also. It will record the data, okay. It will record the data, what kind of purchases the customers are going, and whenever the customers log in, it will the e-commerce shows, helps the customer to easily identify the products, and then streamline and manage the inventory management. So they works upon the warehouse model. So for every city or every outskirt of the city, they will warehouse all the products, and whenever there is a demand from the customer, they will deliver the products to the customers. So here one more benefit of e-commerce is expanding the reach for new customers. So new customers are also reaching e-commerce by not wasting their time, or by not, if they want to know about the product, they can just log into the product, they are compare the product with other websites, their color, their quality and everything, and they can go for buying. So it helps organizations to grow their business. Even small businesses, if we see after pandemic effect, even small kirana houses are also small business houses, small supermarkets are also creating their own website, and they are working on traditional and also e-commerce model. So there are so many benefits of e-commerce. It will saves our time, it lowers our cost, it gives more discounts, and there is no geographical limitation. We can order product from anywhere at any place. So as we have so many advantages, we do have some disadvantages of e-commerce business. So for example, we have a very close relationship when we go to our nearby stores. The kirana store seller is become our friends, and we will feel the products, we will touch the products, we will see the products. But in e-commerce business, there is a lack of personal touch for the product and also the seller. So and there is a fear of expectation versus reality. So a few days back I have ordered one saree from e-commerce website. The saree was looking so beautiful, and I thought of ordering it, and I ordered. When I got the product in my hand, I was very much disappointed. So it is always there is a expectation versus reality, but not in all cases, but in most of the cases this happens. So the picture, the product quality, everything was shown may be different, and the actual product when we actually receive, that will be different. So this is also one of the main disadvantage of e-commerce business. And we have a fear of lack of security, because what we are doing is here, we are entering our credit card details, debit card details, and we have a fear in our mind when we when we order our products through e-commerce, that our debit card, credit card may be hacked by some hackers. So, and there is a delayed gratification. If some in physical traditional commerce, we can see that if any product has been damaged, we can go and ask the seller. So the seller may have gratitude, and then he will replace the product immediately. But here it takes place, it takes time. So we don't have guarantee that the e-commerce business will take our products back, and they will refund our money. So this is also one of the biggest disadvantage. And increased market cost due to delivery charges, warehouse charges, and most people's logistics were involved. So all this leads to increased market cost. Okay. So now we are going to discuss about actually where this e-commerce applies, where we apply the e-commerce. So applications of e-commerce. So online marketing and purchasing, retail and wholesale, in finance, manufacturing, online auction, e-banking, online publishing, online booking like tickets, seats, online payments of electricity bills, entertainment, Netflix, if we watch Netflix, and Hotstar, all these. Then education, so e-learning. So all these in all these areas the e-commerce is applied. So this chart shows where actually the e-commerce is going to apply. So already we have discussed. So now applications of e-commerce, e-marketing. So we all know e-marketing is also known as internet marketing, and now today mobile marketing and social media marketing is also one of the booming. So on social media also the products are shown, and many customers are buying through social media. So internet marketing is associated with several business model, B2C, B2B, C2C, and internet marketing is expensive. With example, the ratio of cost to reach the target. Then next is e-advertising. It is also known as online advertising. So it is a form of promotion that uses internet and World Wide Web to deliver marketing messages to attract customers. For example, banner ads. If you just open your mail, one ad will be pop up on your mail before you are opening your mail. So social network, if you are using Insta, WhatsApp or Facebook, the ads will be shown. So that is social network. So online classified advertising, all these are examples of e-advertising. Then e-banking or internet banking. So this is banking. It is one of the very important applications of e-commerce, like ATM, bill payment service, funds transfer, investing through internet banking, e-shopping. So all these are web enabled banking. So here a personal computer or browser can connect it to bank website to perform any of the banking functions. So mobile commerce, there is so many users. India is the second largest users of smartphones, and mobile commerce is trending now. Everyone has smartphones in their hand. Whatever they want, whenever they want, they are just logging into their mobiles and they are ordering the food, ordering the goods and services, everything. So in like Google Pay, Phone Pay, Digital Pay, they are making payments. So this is the in mobile commerce also e-commerce application is very important. E-learning, so before also e-learning was there, and now so many students are going for e-learning method. So the delivery of learning, training or education program by electronic means is called as e-learning. So here e-commerce is the buying and selling of goods and services, or the transmitting of funds or data over an electronic network, primarily the internet. Then online shopping, we know, will go into the website, we will browse the products and we will buy the products. So the best examples are e-store, e-shop, web store, online store, virtual shop. All these comes under online shopping. So online shopping is the main applications of e-commerce. Online shopping is the process where by consumer directly buy goods or services from a seller in real time. So without intermediary here, the services over the internet happens. So it is a form of e-commerce where an online shopping is done. So an online shopping, e-shop, e-store, internet shop, web shop or web store, online store or virtual shop evokes the physical analogy of buying products or services in a shopping center. So there are different applications, and these in finance also e-commerce is very important. In manufacturing process is also e-commerce is important, and e-learning, online shopping, e-publishing. If we want to publish our book, we can go through the e-commerce and we can publish our books. So e-commerce is nowadays is a very important, and one estimated Times of India estimated report is that by 2030 in India 85% people will buy their products and services through e-commerce. So the internet has led to the birth and evaluation of e-commerce. So with the invent of internet only, the e-commerce has emerged, and it has flying its wings all over the world. It made trade very easy. Many of the customers can buy any product from anywhere. This was not possible without e-commerce. So e-commerce has now become a key component of several organizations in the daily running of their business. So after pandemic also, many businesses have shifted their business to e-commerce. Even small startups starting their businesses by using e-commerce model. As the internet and in turn e-commerce has developed and continues to evolve and grow, it is vital that any organization in any particular industry must base its strategic planning around such rapidly growing medium. So any organization, before starting, it has to strategically plan how to do its business on e-commerce. So then it will grow rapidly.